Namaste everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little different as we discuss a topic that affects millions of people in India, the ever-increasing petrol prices. Whether you are a student, a working professional, or a business owner, the rising cost of petrol is something that impacts us all. So, in this video, we'll be discussing the root causes of high petrol prices, the consequences of this trend, and some practical tips that can help us cope with this issue. So, without further ado, let's begin. First of all, let's take a look at the current petrol prices in India. As of today, the petrol price in Delhi is around 102 rupees per litre, while in Mumbai it's around 108 rupees per litre. These prices have been increasing steadily over the past few years, and it's causing a lot of distress among people who rely on petrol for their daily commute. One of the main reasons for the high petrol prices in India is the taxes imposed by the government. The central government levies a tax of Rs. 32.90 per litre of petrol, while the state governments levy their own taxes as well. In some states, the tax can be as high as 25 rupees per litre. This means that almost half of the price we pay for petrol goes towards taxes. Another reason for the high petrol prices is the increase in crude oil prices in the international market. India is heavily dependent on crude oil imports, and when the prices increase in the international market, it directly affects the petrol prices in India. The recent tensions in the Middle East have also contributed to the increase in crude oil prices. The high petrol prices are having a significant impact on our daily lives. For one, it's causing a lot of financial burden on people who rely on petrol for their daily commute. People who use two-wheelers or cars to go to work or run errands are spending a lot more money on petrol than they used to. This, in turn, is affecting their overall budget and lifestyle. Moreover, high petrol prices also lead to an increase in the cost of transportation. This, in turn, leads to an increase in the cost of goods and services as well. The transportation cost is an important factor in determining the price of goods and services, and when the cost increases, it directly affects the final price. The high petrol prices are also having an impact on the economy as a whole. Industries that rely on transportation, such as logistics and delivery, are finding it increasingly difficult to operate due to the high petrol prices. This, in turn, affects the overall productivity and growth of these industries. In addition to this, the high petrol prices are also having an impact on the environment. When the petrol prices are high, people tend to use their vehicles less, which is good for the environment. However, this is not a sustainable solution as it also affects the economy and people's livelihoods. So, what can we do to tackle this issue? Well, there are a few things that the government can do. For one, they can reduce the taxes on petrol, which will directly reduce the petrol prices. The government can also explore alternative sources of energy, such as electric vehicles, which can help reduce our dependence on petrol. Moreover, individuals can also play their part in reducing their petrol consumption. This can be done by using public transportation or carpooling, which not only helps reduce petrol consumption but also reduces traffic congestion on the roads. Additionally, people can also explore alternative modes of transportation, such as cycling or walking for short distances. In conclusion, the high petrol prices in India are a cause for concern and are affecting people's daily lives in many ways. It's important for the government to take action to reduce the petrol prices and explore alternative sources of energy. As individuals, we can also play our part in reducing our petrol consumption by using public transportation or carpooling, which not only helps reduce petrol consumption but also reduces traffic congestion on the roads. Additionally, people can also explore alternative modes of transportation, such as cycling or walking for short distances. This not only helps reduce our petrol consumption but also promotes a healthier lifestyle. The high petrol prices in India are also a wake-up call for the need to shift towards sustainable energy sources. The country has immense potential for harnessing solar and wind energy, which can be used to power electric vehicles. The government needs to encourage the adoption of electric vehicles by providing incentives and infrastructure for charging stations. Moreover, the government needs to invest in developing public transportation infrastructure. This can include the development of metro systems, buses, and other forms of public transportation. This will not only reduce the dependence on private vehicles but also reduce the overall traffic congestion on the roads. Another solution to the high petrol prices in India is to explore the use of biofuels. Biofuels are derived from renewable sources such as plant materials and can be used as an alternative to petrol. The government can incentivize the use of biofuels by providing subsidies and other benefits to industries that use biofuels. In addition to these solutions, there is also a need for more transparency in the pricing of petrol. The government needs to be more open about the pricing of petrol and the taxes that are levied on it. This will help people understand the actual cost of petrol and why the prices are so high. Furthermore, the government can also explore the possibility of importing crude oil from other countries. This will help reduce the dependence on a few countries for crude oil imports and will help stabilize the petrol prices in India. Finally, it's important for individuals to be aware of the impact of their choices on the environment and the economy. By reducing our petrol consumption and exploring alternative modes of transportation, we can not only save money but also contribute towards a sustainable future. In conclusion, the high petrol prices in India are a cause for concern and are affecting people's daily lives in many ways. The government needs to take action to reduce the petrol prices and explore alternative sources of energy. As individuals, we can also play our part in reducing our petrol consumption and exploring alternative modes of transportation. Together, we can work towards a sustainable future where petrol prices are reasonable and our environment is protected. As we conclude this discussion, it's important to remember that the high petrol prices in India are not just an economic issue but also an environmental one. By reducing our petrol consumption and exploring alternative sources of energy, we can help reduce the carbon footprint and protect our planet for future generations. Let's work together towards a sustainable future where petrol prices are affordable, and we can all enjoy the benefits of a cleaner and healthier environment. Thank you for watching, and let's continue the conversation towards a better tomorrow.